Hey everybody, this is Athletes and Antiquities, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about downsizing my collection and why I'm doing it. So this is going to be a quick video going over a lot of the things that I've been doing in my collection. Things have been changing a lot recently. I'm moving into different items. So I'm going to talk about why, and I'll kind of go through some of the things I'm selling while I'm doing it. So I have a lot of stuff that I've been collecting for more seriously for probably about 10 years now, or a little less. And whenever I'll buy a collection with, oh, I want those particular cards that I know are worth more than whatever the asking price is, and everything else I'll either sell or just put back somewhere, and a lot of that has been put back. So now I'm going through my collection realizing I have a lot of stuff that I just don't really appreciate. A lot of the stuff that I've bought that my cost basis is almost zero in have just been collecting dust in my closet. I have some of those white cardboard 5,000 count boxes of just random stuff. I have a bunch of top loaders of random holos and promos and stuff, and I've been looking through it and realizing I want to get rid of a lot of it because I'm not appreciating it. Somebody else will appreciate it a lot more, and I can use that to funnel into different items. And I want to ask you guys, like, have any of you guys felt a similar thing recently? So this is a lot of shadow. I'm gonna try and avoid these glares here. So shadowless base set cards. I bought a few collections from various people, either on eBay. There was a few that were actually local as well, back when that was really a thing, before, you know, it got a lot harder to do that. And whenever I would see a shadowless common or uncommon, or I mean especially a rare or a holo, I would just put it back. You know, I would buy a collection, I'd do whatever with the holos, whether it was grade them or sell them individually, and then I'd sell all the bulk, all the commons, uncommons off as like a lot, or I would just keep it if they weren't in great condition and I couldn't get much for it. But every time there was a shadowless card, I would exclude it from that lot and I would hold on to it. So I have a ton of like just random shadowless. This is just some that I grabbed from one of my boxes. I have tons of random shadowless all the way through. I have some trainers in here too, just like random stacks of stuff like that that I accumulated over the years that I realized I didn't really need, but those are all very cheap, so I'm selling those in larger lots. I'm being very like upfront, like, hey, these are all moderately played and stuff, but I'm just realizing like I'm not appreciating that card. There's people going for binders that could use them more, and really what I want to do is I want to take, and this stuff does add up. So I want to take the money that's sitting in this. This isn't bulk. Like, these cards aren't bulk, but the money that's sitting in these binders and these boxes of old ultra rares and stuff that are moderately played. Like, these cards aren't. If they were mint, I would have already graded them. They're in all right condition. Like, this Cacturn's in decent condition, but it's maybe 8 at the most, probably a 7. Cards like this that are just sitting around. I've decided that I kind of want to move that stuff and, you know, sell a whole bunch of it and then put that money into a few nicer cards. Because what I realized with what I want to do with my collection is I don't really need quantity. In the past, I've said, oh, I want every EX card in a PSA 8. So you're probably wondering, why would you be selling all your EXs that are raw? Like, some of those you could grade. But I realized, like, I probably could grade a few of these, but the vast majority of these are not gradable. Like, I'll find one like this Guard of War. It's hard to tell. There's like creases and stuff in them. Like, a lot of these cards, it's just better to sell them raw. And I'm being very upfront. Like, I'm showing, hey, this is the back. There's whitening. There's a crease in the bottom left. Like, I'm being very upfront about it. But I realized it makes more sense to sell raw than to grade for some of these. Some of these I'm going to send off to grade, but for the majority, it's going to be raw. And even as someone who loves the EX era, I realized as I was talking to some friends in the hobby, like some buddies that I'll have on a live soon, it doesn't give me as much joy to have like 200 random EX era holos in PSA 8 or a whole bunch of EXs. It would make me more happy to have like 5 or 10 cards that are really nice that I can display on my desk or whatever. Like, I'd rather have, and it's kind of hard to word, because I'm not just saying, oh, like PSA 10 or bust, because I don't even think I'll get PSA 10s. I think PSA 9s are the best value, but I want to get like, oh, get a gold star, or get a high-end EX card in a 9 or an 8, like I have with a Lugia that's God knows where. Was it over here? No, sorry about that. But like, oh, I'll funnel all of these small cards and then get 1 or 2 nice cards. Because when you have a whole stack of cards like this, it's pretty hard to appreciate them all. A lot of these cards were sitting in boxes, just like this one, that were just sitting in my closet and I wasn't appreciating. And I'm like, what's the point? What's the point of having hundreds of dollars worth of this stuff that I look at maybe once a month when I decide to open that box? So I really want to start focusing on some really good display items, some items that I can look at and be like, wow, a card with a story. Or when I have a friend coming over and they're like, hey, what's that? It's not just, oh, I have a stack of a bunch of random EX cards. It's like, oh, that card was in this event. That card it's known for doing this. It's notable, and I can talk about it, you know, instead of just a stack of EXs. I still love EX. I'm going to go through some of these cards while trying to avoid this glare here. I still love EX, so I think I'm going to move these into some nice EX cards, whatever that may be. I'm not really sure yet, whether it's some high-end holos or some EXs themselves, maybe a gold star. And again, I'm not looking for PSA 10s. I'm probably going to get a nice PSA 8, a nice PSA 9. I don't know what I want yet, but I've realized I want to move off into quality over quantity, which, you know, a lot of more seasoned collectors did way before me. It's taken me a little while to realize that's what's best for me. Some people do love the quantity. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying this is what's right for me. So this is kind of what I'm doing. I don't want to shill these items. I'm like, these items are going to be going on my eBay. That's not the purpose of this video, though. The purpose of this video is just to talk about how my dynamics are kind of changing. So this is all the notable ultra rares, and I have a bunch of, I noticed I have a bunch of very arbitrary, kind of all over the place, WotC to early Nintendo promos that I think individually don't have much value. These are like a few dollar cards, definitely in the single digits, but with how many I have, stuff like this can add up. And I have multiple boxes full of stuff like this that I've just accumulated. Like, you know, I'll buy a collection and oh, random Mewtwo promo, I'll stick that somewhere. And, you know, it's seen better days. Definitely not gradable, which is why I'm not doing a mass PSA order, because a lot of the stuff is not gradable. But there are some cards that I think I'll keep. I do love the E3 Pikachu. I'll keep that. It's in rough shape. I'll probably keep some Ancient Mew. I think I kept, this is my best Ancient Mew. I think I kept this one and sold a bunch of others. Some stuff, I'm not selling all this, but a lot of it is going to be coming up on eBay. And again, this isn't to shill it. This is just to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I want to be transparent about it. So, like, what are you guys thinking? Have you guys noticed a similar thing where you've realized that you might want to move into a few nice items? Or do you prefer having, oh, I want every, I don't know, Black Star promo, every alternate art, every gold star if you're Mr. Moneybags, whatever it may be. Like, actually, cards like this card is sick. Like the English one, super common. I remember picking up these for 25 to 50 cents a piece. But like this Japanese one is just, you know, I might not sell every single one. I'll have to go through. But yeah, like, are you guys, what camp do you guys fall in? Or is it somewhere in the middle? Because, you know, I know for me especially, I'm also, this is like a personal life thing, but I'm also saving up for a house. And I don't need to have this kind of stuff sitting around if I'm not actively appreciating it. The majority of my collection I'm keeping because I do appreciate it. But the stuff that's just been falling into boxes, look at the holo on that card, on this Whismer. It's a pretty random 2004 promo, but it has a pretty killer holo there. Got some swirl going on. I'm gonna guess the back is destroyed. Better than I thought, but not gradable. So yeah, a lot of this will stuff will have to be looked through, but yeah, that's where I'm at right now. And you might think it contradicts what I've said previously, and you'd be right. My views have changed since I made this channel. If you look at some videos from about a year ago or so, in a lot of the videos I said, oh, my goal is to get every EX holo in PSA 8, or my goal is I want to get all these EXs. I have all these diamond and pearl holos I want to get, and I just realized that every individual card wasn't giving me the satisfaction that I thought it would. And so since then my views have changed. So if you watch an old video and then immediately watch this one or vice versa, you're gonna think I'm contradicting myself, but you know, change is good, and that's kind of where I'm looking. So yeah, give me some feedback. What are you guys doing with all your old stuff? Have you accumulated some stuff? Oh, I love this Lugia. It's like a Pal Park promo. I think some like building, I think it was like a Pokemon Center or something opened up in Japan, and they released a bunch of these. Really weird. It's like a purple. It's like a shiny Lugia, but I don't think it is shiny. I think it's just a weird like lighting. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think. Have you guys accumulated a bunch of stuff that you don't really appreciate, and what are you doing with it? Are you trying to send it all to PSA? Are you selling it as a big lot just to be done with it, or are you selling it piecemeal? I think I'm gonna do a blend of the two. For like higher, like the EXs and stuff, I'm gonna sell them individually. But for cards like this, they're worth probably $2 a piece. I have no idea. I'll have to check, and they're not. And that's it. Whew, that one's rough. Yeah, I'll probably just put those in lots. Of like, hey, here's all the diamond and pearl / platinum reverses, stuff like that. Because it's probably the most efficient way to do it. Because even though you can get more money from selling everything individually, your time is valuable. And if you're packaging 50 $2 cards, the time it takes to do that, it's not gonna be worth it. Your time is better spent just selling as a lot and moving on. Ooh, pre-release. I might keep these pre-release cards. I do love some pre-release, and it's in okay condition. That's a good binder copy. Ooh, another pre-release, yeah. So I'll try and run through these. I feel like I'm about to cough, so if I do, I'll cut out here. Ooh, I didn't know I had one of these in here. I do love these old Arceus. Decent condition, but look at that. Look at that. Oof. It almost looks like those McDonald's like confetti holos. That is something. I'll definitely be keeping that one. Yeah, like a lot of these cards, my cost basis is so low. This card, I remember they were less than $1 a piece. Ooh, this is what is this? Not Pokecayune. It's like the black and white. Oh, Legendary Treasures, Radiant Collection. Some good stuff in there. Wow, I'm shining a flashlight in your face. Like cards like this, dude, just so awesome in person. You might not be able to see the full effect of it through the screen, but like with like the wreath down here, and like it's like 2 layers of holo. It's like the flowers, and then you also get hit with the confetti. So cool. Cards like that I'll probably sell individually. Oof. Look at the back though. A little rough on the top there. Like I cut it with scissors. Yeah, so I'll just finish up here. A bunch of those. Cinchino. Yeah, all over the place. Rayquaza, a bunch of Deoxys. Ooh, these are all the 10th anniversary. Then one random, very modern card. Greninja Gold Star. So yeah, what are you guys doing with your bulk? Have you tried to do some spring cleaning? You know, downsize a little bit, or are you doing the opposite? Are you trying to expand? Are you trying to? I want everything from whatever set. I want to get. You know, I want to catch them all. There's no wrong answer here. I'm just telling you what works for me, and that's what this is. So yeah, let me know. Thanks. Bye.